back to Redemption with Jaden. We're back with Lackey Grand Prix gameplay here. Now on to the semifinals of Lackey Grand Prix 20. And you may have noticed, or are beginning to notice, that the quality is a little bit lower than usual. I am, as I mentioned in the short last week, in a hotel room working off of my laptop that's not really suitable for recording, but we did get the recording done and the game played, and it turned out well enough that I think I can share it with you guys at least. And there is going to be a little bit of a lag between what you're seeing on Lackey and what's being spoken, so you're going to have to bear with me a little bit on that. You can see, like, now I'm highlighting Seized by Babylon, but you probably don't see it quite yet. But anyways, I'm still sticking with Banishing Act, as I'm now calling it, as my deck of choice for this Lackey Grand Prix, and I've been liking it. I've been tweaking it pretty consistently. The version I played of this a couple weeks ago against Emmanuel looks a little different from the version here. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about it, especially not with Lackey, because I'm not really, it's not going to be in sync, so it's not going to make as much sense. But the main changes I made were in the Lost Soul lineup. I took out Remnant and I put in Famine here, as you can see, and also Covet, so a little bit of an OT Lost Soul Unity package. And that was something that was an idea after I saw Mitch Robstew on the Discord. He posted on the Zerubbabel's Temple Discord his Prophets and Edomites list, and he was running Famine in the Lost Soul lineup, and I feel like that's just it's solid by itself. It's not going to be very good, but alongside the Banished Lost Soul and some of the other ones that your opponent wants to take off the board, that especially those two, I feel like are just going to be kind of helpful in vying for your opponent's Son of God. Famine can maybe get Son of God out early and try to set you up for being able to banish it before they play Second Coming. The downside of this was that I did cut Distressed for Covet and Famine as well. Covet could also set up one of the Lost Souls that your opponent wants to be able to deal with, because typically those are the Lost Souls that you want to take, not ones that trigger when they get drawn or something like that. But the so I guess losing Distressed maybe kind of counteracts it a little bit, but Famine is definitely one that they don't just want to rescue. Like if you're sitting there on turn one with just a Distressed, then if your opponent rescues it, then they feel like they're in good shape. If you're sitting there turn one with a Famine and no other Lost Souls, and your opponent rescues it, then obviously you're gonna get the effect there. So there is that kind of nuanced difference between those, as far as whether they're going to draw out your opponent's Son of God or punish them for rescuing it. But it doesn't do anything immediately on coming in play, or even while it's in play. So it can be a little bit of a slower card, I guess. But I am still running a 57 card version here. If you want to check out the 51 card version that I ran at Kentucky State I guess not last weekend, but 2 weekends ago at this point, then you can check that out. I'm going to put a link to all the deck lists from Kentucky State in the description below. Those are all on Land of Redemption, so thank you to Tim for putting all those together and posting them there for all to see. I did fairly well with the deck. I'm satisfied, I guess, with the results, but it definitely pointed out some things that I felt were lacking as far as just kind of overall punch and just kind of being able to, maybe resilience is the word, where, against Joshua decks, if they can get out and get set up very quickly, then I just won't have enough to recover. So it kind of depends on the start that they have. But to combat that, I did put in a little bit more defense. You saw that I was highlighting Hadad the Exiled earlier, and that was one of the things that I actually did add for Kentucky State. He was the 51st card in the deck. I think I just decided to add him in there because The King of Edom has, I'm sorry, there's going to be a little bit of a delay with the highlighting here, but I'm talking about more cards than I was expecting. But the King of Edom has, the condition, I guess, if another Edomite is in play, you can take an OT Crimson enhancement from reserve. And because of that, I wanted to have more, well, at least another option for being able to band him into battle so that I don't have to have Edomites sitting in my territory. Some of them I won't mind sitting in my territory, like Inhabitants of Seer and like a Foreign Wives that's already blocked or something like that. But overall, generally you want to keep evil characters in your hand, and of course I want Unity for the Banished Lost Soul too. But there seem to be a lot of situations where maybe King of Edom is my only Edomite in play, or there's another. My opponent can deal with some of the Edomites I have in play. Maybe they just play Lost Child Found and bounce the one that's not King of Edom. Like it's just unreliable, and I want to be able to get that reserve access with King of Edom more reliably, and Hadad the Exiled can help do that by not only being able to ban to an Edomite, but also being CBP. So it's basically means that if I get to put Hadad into battle, I'm going to get to band, and as long as King of Edom is not prevented, then I will get to take that enhancement and have some of the backup there. One of the things you might notice, though, in the reserve, I still have both Hailstones and Crumbled from a Shout in this version. That was something that I should have changed, but just didn't with this version of the deck that I had. I should have changed that. I did for Kentucky State. I think I put one more Evil Enhancement into reserve. I can't remember for sure. You're going to have to go look at the deck list on Land of Redemption, but having both of them is not really necessary, and I think there should be maybe one more Evil Enhancement of Negate in here. I think for Kentucky State, actually, I had Seized by Babylon in reserve, but that was part of making the deck more resilient, I think, especially to Joshua offenses, where now I have both Seized by Babylon and Scattered in the main deck, along with the extra evil character with Hadad here. So having those in there, I feel like helps. Scattered is definitely more of a liability to spies that AI, so you do have to be careful about that. But I just didn't want to rely on having to take Scattered from reserve with King of Edom on, by round 2 or 3, especially after they've been kind of picking apart the defense a little bit already, and maybe I don't have another Edomite in play for King of Edom to trigger. And along with that, another resilience thing, or kind of, I guess, maybe more of a punch thing, was adding By My Spirit to the offensive lineup, the good enhancements here. Just having another negate potential discard, especially now with people starting to run like Prince of the Air and other non-human cards that they're quite good. I just felt like By My Spirit would be a good add for that. People are playing King of Tyrus with Canaanites and I don't know, some animals, I suppose. Like if you do like a Firefoxes or Moths block or something like that, and then awesome things can be played before they lose by the numbers to play By My Spirit. And negate and discard. So there's just lots of ways in which By My Spirit I think is just a good fit for the deck, and of course it also tosses for 7, which comes up once in a while against Herod's Temple defenses and that kind of stuff. I also added Storehouse back in. That was in one of the early 57 versions, and along with Jerusalem Tower, I feel like we're be fairly well protected. Like the odds of getting one of those out early is even greater because obviously having 2 of them, and I think that just helps against the Joshua Thieves style decks, which just seem to work well against this deck in most cases. So I wanted to plan for that a little more. Interestingly, at Kentucky State, I feel like I played more against Joshua decks than against Clay decks, which actually I think, based on the stats that Tim posted, that makes sense. There were a lot of Joshua decks. I do think that Clay still overall has the edge. There's the big Clay versions, and then We saw there was a smaller clay version in the top three, and then there was a Genesis deck, and then it was the other big clay, I think, were the top four decks. So that is definitely something to consider, and also making this deck a little bit bigger, a little more resilient, I think maybe helps against the big clay matchups. I'm not quite sure about that. I did tie Brian 4-4. I didn't play against him. So, there's something to be said about having the extra layer of defense. Brian and I had a pretty sweet battle that apparently was visible on the live stream from like the secondary camera. So you can go check that out, try to find it with Brian and I playing kind of in the background after I think the top table had already finished. Anyways, I think that was like round 4, if I remember correctly. Anyways, that is pretty much all that I think is really different to talk about or mention with this deck. I do feel a little bit better with where it's at. I'm still not quite sold on 57, but I think there's reasons for and against it. I guess another reason for Storehouse here is that it gives more access to the evil enhancements in reserve, because previously King of Edom was like the only way, other than Crown's Choice, I guess, to get them out of reserve. Especially if I were to add, maybe if I were to put like Scattered back in reserve, or if I put Seized by Babylon in reserve, then Storehouse would be a good way to help get those out as needed. So that's probably something that I will continue to have. I don't really need Storehouse to get my good enhancements out, because I have Book of the Law, excuse me, and I have Zerubbabel's Temple. But yeah, that was kind of my thinking as well, is that Storehouse can help get those evil enhancements out, because I don't have as much access there. Okay, so this game is going to be against Jake, AgurTheWise. He's actually going to be running his Take version, whatever iteration he's on, but his Joshua Thieves deck that he's been doing fairly well with. So it was actually good to maybe test out some of these changes kind of right away against a deck that I kind of thought was not the best matchup, but see how it could adapt, or maybe if these changes, making it a little bigger, could help us out, or if it just slows us down enough that we can't keep up after a fast Joshua start. So kind of, obviously one game isn't going to be indicative of the overall performance or the overall matchup, but it was a good game, and glad I was able to record it, even if it was at slightly lower quality. Another fun thing this past weekend, I was able to, well, I'm in Indianapolis, is where I'm staying in this hotel right now, and that's about an hour and a half away from where Andy Fish from Your Turn Games, he has the church that he preaches at, I guess, and I was able to go visit this past weekend to check it out for Palm Sunday. So that was really cool, and really fun time meeting up with him and meeting his wife Kelsey, and it's just a blessing to be able to work with them through Your Turn Games, to be able to now have met both of them and their kids, and just a good time there. So shout out to them. They are sponsors of this channel or via Your Turn Games. So thank you so much for them. You go ahead and check out their website. Link is in the description. I'm not going there today just because of setup things, but you know where to find them. So great stuff there. Now let's go ahead and get into the game with Jake. All right, 2 has a Humble and a Hunter. And you rolled a 3.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 5.
Nice.
Interesting. I think I'm going to let you go first.
Okay.
How's
Star abilities. Let's do Amazing Face Star. I'll play Lost Soul from your deck.
Just go ahead and get the Banished out if you want.
Damn, man, that's funny.
Or you could do that one. I'd be okay with either.
Yeah. Okay.
Hopper.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't either of the ones I requested.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
All right. Well, I
Your
will
stars.
reserve the top card of your deck. See if we can hit Joshua
Wow.
or Captain or something.
Big whammy, big whammy. That's a big one. Okay. Let's see here. Aimless. Let's reserve a card from hand.
So I don't know, maybe the best hit off of teaching him parables, I feel like, is either probably one of the big two, because they're a little bit harder for Joshua to get out of reserve, or
Yeah,
like a Stone Carriers or Captain or something to slow you down.
Yeah, I think your deck has a pretty decent matchup against this. Like, you get to tie into my offense. I don't really get to tie into your offense. And
Yeah, you would think so, although I don't know, I guess it kind of depends on the start. Like, one of the guys in our play group was playing a Joshua Thieves deck, and like he just got a crazy start going first, and
interesting.
it really shut me out. But I was playing a smaller version, so it didn't have quite as much defense. So maybe that, I don't know.
Maybe that's a difference.
Could be. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I got a Hunter. Now I have to decide. Do I want Banished or Famine out first? I feel like probably Famine this early in the game, I think.
Okay.
Well, I suppose if you do have Stone Carriers, then you can just negate it. But... All right.
Okay. Go into prep phase. Let's do Covenant. Exchange away a card. Grabbing Promised Land.
Yep.
I'm going to put Caleb in my territory. We'll put down Promised Land. Go to your hand.
Yep.
Okay. So Chariots gets to play something automatically. Martyr. So you've got, yeah, you got woes. So Betrayal, Seized, Chariots, and Avoiding you. So let's do Chariots.
Yeah. Yeah, so this was an interesting thing. I'm going to ask for Dominish here.
Yep.
And I was trying to decide, kind of in that split second, like, do I just do the Joshua's Covenant right away so that you don't get the hand knowledge? Or do I just wait for the Promised Land? I think waiting for the Promised Land was probably better.
Yeah, because you don't know if I have Promised Land in hand anyways.
Well, I mean, after you search for it with Joshua.
Oh, sorry, after you search, yeah, after search, yeah. You're right. That's good.
But you might have another way to it. Maybe you play Faith of Joshua or something, and yeah, then I think get beat either way. So
okay.
Plus, then you don't get the triggers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
We'll do Caleb. Buys an AI. I can take a good fortress from a deck. I'll go to your deck. We'll grab Jerusalem Tower. Then I go to your hand. Yeah. I don't think you had 3.
Nope, just the 2.
Okay. Cool. And you are up.
All right. So I think the way to go here is Charioteers. And I will play. Let's see, I'm going to get initiative. I'm going to go Betrayal to your hand.
Okay.
We got 5 cards. One of them is my Jerusalem Tower. And the other is Amazing Faith and Angel of the Lord. Okay. As much as I want my J Tower back, Go ahead and underdeck Angel of the Lord.
Okay.
Oh. I don't get initiative after I play this. Oops. Okay. Right. I was thinking that once yeah, never mind. All right, that was not the right way to do it.
Okay.
Anyway, it's mutual. If you would like to play something, you can, I suppose.
I would like to play something. Let's do Amazing Faith.
Yep. All right, so those three go back.
Go to my deck.
Curiously, Betrayal actually goes back to my hand, which is kind of nice.
Oh, really? Yeah, he's not
play
CPI. That's funny. That's funny. Let's grab. And this is always dangerous against Edomites. But I think it's worth the try.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to play some dominance here. Let's do Angel on Charioteers, and let's do Son of God on Famine.
Yep. All right, well, kind of messed that one up. So you get Famine, and I will give you Hopper.
Okay. I will pass the turn to you.
All right. Interesting. That's kind of funny. That could be enough. Okay, I'm going to woes. Let's do. I guess your heroes don't really make sense, so let's move it to Joshua's Covenant.
You got it.
And then I put down Joshua.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll play Teaching in Parables.
Yep.
Gotta get rid of that guy.
Okay.
And the other guy is an 8, 9. I guess I didn't negate a card, but that's fine. Huh. 8, 9. Yeah. I think I will. That's 0. I'm going to attack with Joshua and ban to a Meek Hakeem.
Nice. Okay. I will not block. You can have Amos.
Sweet. I'm going to put down the Deceiver.
Right.
And I will pass her.
That would be good. Oh, I know why. Okay. It's not that well. Let's see here.
What's that?
Souls. I was thinking that was like, oh, that's, oh, never mind. I understand. Let's see here. Let's do Galileans. Will exchange away plunderers to my deck for a thief.
Yep.
And harvest will generate a soul token for you.
Oh, sure.
Let's see here. Go to combat.
Yep.
If that's good with you.
Yep.
We'll go in with me, Dad. My dad.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. I'm going to grab Joshua the Commander.
Yep.
We can take a Joshua card from reserve. Let's grab. Trumpeting Priests. May ban to a Joshua hero. Let's do Joshua's officiators. May equip a gold weapon from deck. Joshua's sword. May draw 1. And I may discard a card except a character. Let's discard Woes.
Yep.
And then officiators may take a fortress or ban to a Joshua human. And do you have any artifacts? So let's do buys at AI again to take a good fortress from a deck. Storehouse.
Mm-hmm.
And go to your hand. Just 2 brigades, lots of stuff in it.
All the stuff.
Yeah. Okay. You are up.
Good to go to block?
Yep.
Alright, I'll do the Deceiver.
Mm-hmm.
And go to King of Edom.
Okay.
And here's where we make the decision. Did you tech for the matchup with a Covenant of Prayer in your reserve? And even if you did, does it matter? Because Book of the Covenant is in your reserve. How do you get it out? I mean, it's crowd's choice, right? Like maybe I just go with the safe bet and do Angel of the Lord for now. Oh no! I drew Akeem on my last. No, I didn't. He was in my. Wait. What did I draw him? Was he in my opening hand? And I just didn't use the star ability?
I don't know, maybe.
Oh man. That's unfortunate if that's what it was. I could have looked at your reserve. Let's risk it for the biscuit. Let's see if you got it.
You got it.
We got to see if Edomites get punished at some point for people running Covenant of Prayer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, and then I don't have another Edomite. No other Edomites in play, so I'll just ban 2 Hadad, draw 2, and I think I have to banish something here. Let's do Seized.
Okay.
That put very many brigades in battle. So
it's gonna be kicking back him, and it kicks back your storehouse. And it's gonna kick back officiators, and puts back the weapon in my deck, right?
yeah, I guess let's see. It would undo the draw and then shuffle the weapon.
And then kicks out, puts us back in reserve. And the draw from him was this.
I would think it would be undone in the same order. So I think the draw, or like in reverse order, I guess. So I think the draw would go back, and then Joshua's sword would be shuffled. And my Woes comes back.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I put Joshua's sword on top of the deck, didn't I? Top. Oh, nope.
Or you put the draw on top of the deck.
Where did I put Joshua's sword?
I think you put Joshua's. Wait.
Oh, I put a discard. That's nice. That's
okay. So yeah, so that just gets shuffled in.
Shuffled. And then I'll put a card on top. Okay.
Or no, I think the card on top gets shuffled.
Oh, okay. So
yeah, because it negates the draw on Joshua's sword, and then it negates Joshua's officiators. I'm not sure if that's like a hard and fast thing. Maybe it actually doesn't matter. I mean, like I guess it matters in this case. So I think they get undone in the reverse order of how they were activated.
Okay.
So you play a Woes here and negate Hadad.
I wish. So I have a Promised Land trigger here.
Yeah.
Deck.
Got crumbled from a shout in main deck.
Maybe. Let's grab crumble from a shout there.
Hey, there it is.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to ask for Dominish here.
You have Dominish.
So take out the Joshua.
Yep. Wait, you can't target Joshua. Me dead.
Oh right, okay.
You can take
Yeah,
it back.
I forgot that started this whole thing. And then Hey Dad doesn't negate him because he's not in play. It's not interrupted. Okay. Yeah, I guess if you're alright with me not doing that,
Yeah.
I will not do that.
It's been a very long combat.
Yeah, I should have remembered that, but let's see, because he's wilderness, yeah. Okay, so then I guess we'll do this one instead. A good crowd's choice. And burn the glory, unfortunately.
Okay. So you played glory?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Not activating.
Okay. And puts it at very dead. 15-22. I think if there's any options here. Don't got any options. I'll die. Guess I'll just die.
Yep.
Okay. Having the Haydad in hand was kind of annoying. Like, oh man, Haydad's in hand. Like I think I got him with Deceiver, but getting both of them at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay. You are good to go.
Alright. Okay. Upkeep. I think we'll just keep Woes on Covenant there.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's put down Sheol.
Yep.
Let's put down a Temple.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, you've got the Thief in hand that I know about. You've got my Jerusalem Tower in hand that I know about. You've got two other cards that I don't think I know. Alright, Scramble from a Shout is one of them. Okay. So how do I get around the Thief? Alright, I will go to battle. That's good with you.
You're good to go to battle.
Let's do Joshua. Bantu, Zerubbabel. Vertamik, draw two. And I will play. Yeah, I'll play a Post Exilic Hero from deck. Let's just go and get Nehemiah.
Okay.
And Triple Simple Trigger. I will top deck. Let's do Joshua's Command.
Okay.
And I will draw it with Joshua. And that's my rescue.
Let's see here. Let's do a block with the Thief. I get a good card in the territory. Let's negate Zerubbabel's Temple, which won't do anything. And I wouldn't be able to take it anyways. Okay. I should just negate my own things. Anyways, I'll exchange it away.
Yep.
Highwayman. You have 4 brigades.
Just 3.
No, 3. Oh, sorry. I got. Draw 3. We've got a Lawless.
That's not ideal.
Lawless will activate. Top 6. Let's grab a Crowd's Choice.
Yep.
And put these at the bottom. And let's see here. I can ban 2 New Testament. Crimson Human. You're at 1714.
I'm at 1710.
Oh, 1710, sorry. That's funny. He's a priest, isn't it? Yeah. Let's decline to band here.
All right.
Okay.
Shield trigger will underdeck harvest. Or the harvest token, sorry.
Yep. And I'm going to decline to block to do anything else any further. So I will give you harvest and give you another token.
Sure. Seems reasonable. All right. I think feel okay about putting down my Caleb. And I think that will be the end of my turn.
Good.
So yeah, how about the token in your tokens pile? If you want to bring it back out.
Draw 3. I got prosperity.
Here, 1 second.
Sorry.
You want to? I put the token in your tokens pile. If you wanted to.
Oh, put it back out. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Okay. So I'm in the middle of my souls. I will have prosperity, discard Jerusalem Tower to draw 2.
Hey.
Okay.
That's very nice.
And I will have Shepherds underdeck a card from my hand. Draw 1. Okay. We'll deactivate this. And I guess I should have deactivated the last turn so I wouldn't be able to target it. It's not going to matter, but just playing well, that concept there. Let's do here.
Yeah, but now if you wanted to use it this turn, I would have my shield trigger. So
exactly. Let's do a Concealed Riches. Discarding this, and then grab my Covenant of Prayer. I'm kidding.
No.
No, I didn't tech for you. So I'm putting in 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. Make sure. 4.
You can seal the Riches package in the Joshua deck, huh?
Yeah, so 4. And let's grab this.
Okay.
I'm going to play I will play Tabernacle. I'm going to play Ark of the Covenant.
Yep.
Tricky Evil Dominance. I'm going to play. I don't have any. 4 Living Creatures.
I suppose I should have triggered Shield off of Concealed Riches. Well.
Yeah, sorry. I was waiting. I was trying to go slow.
I was just thinking about if I wanted to play Martyr before you activated Ark of the Covenant, and I forgot about that.
I'm going to play Lost Child Found. We'll get Promised Land. We'll get Geo. Might as well get Joshua's Officiators. So that's what you, he's going to me.
Yep.
Discard that. I will have 4 living creatures bounce itself.
Yep.
I'm going to play Promised Land. Go to your hand. Betrayal or Avoiding or Shield. You'll take the shield.
I like that we were both on the hide our Joshua's Officiators idea.
And, okay, so I've done that. You have Martyr still. I'm going to put down shield my territory. Well, that's probably not smart, actually, but it's too late. And I'm going to attack with Advise AI. I'll look at your hand again.
Yep.
Advise me to do deck first, sorry. Deck.
Yep.
Deck first. Oh, sorry, hidden the others. Storehouse. Deck, then hand again. What you got? Hey Dad and King of Edom. Betrayal and Avoiding Edom. Okay. And you are up to block.
Okay. Let's do King of Edom. Going to banish up to 2 now. Let's just do Angel of the Lord. I'm just going to do 1.
Okay.
And then another Edomite is in play, so I can take March from Edom from reserve.
Okay.
And then into Hey Dad. And I think I'm just going to banish Ark of the Covenant.
Okay. Banish. Okay.
And then I'll ask for Dominish.
Let me see here. You're skipping the banish to negate?
Correct.
Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to preempt you on that. Let's do an evil dominant crowd's choice. My deck. Grab Deceiver. I'm not sure. I almost changed it for Deceiver. That'd be really strong. Oh, and I just messed up here. I messed up. That's fine. And I'm going to do a Good Woes on Hey Dad.
Yep. I was hoping you're at least going to have to crowd's choice for the woes, but
yeah. And I will. Yeah, I messed this all up. Oh, well, you got to live with your mistakes here.
Right,
so you've got
1522.
Yeah, March from Eden. It's sunk cost here to do this. That's messed up. We're already in deep on this one. Let's just make my score 3 at least before I I lose the game. Let's do.
Is this a second coming for crowd's choice kind of situation? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah. Let's do. Crumbled from a Shout to Blow Up. King of Edom.
Just
and
him?
then I'm going to play a dominant. Yeah.
Okay.
And we'll do Glory after that.
All right. You've got 12. And yeah, I guess he's not a priest, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Neutral.
I will pass.
Okay.
And let's give you the token, I suppose.
Sounds good.
There you go, Q.
Oh, and I forgot to do my promised land trigger. Yeah, I'm just messing up left and right here.
Oh,
Okay.
right, yeah.
Let's put down.
I always forget that Promised Land has another ability.
Yeah. Okay. I'll pass to you. You're up.
Yeah. I got a prosperity. I will discard. Yeah, discard Joshua's officiators.
Mm-hmm. Who needs that guy?
Oh, that's funny. Okay. I was like, oh, this is gonna be bad if I draw one of like two exact cards and I drew one of them. But all right. So woes in my upkeep will. See, you've got Glory, Angel, God's Choice, Woes, Second Coming, Son of God. Yeah, I think we'll just negate your Arc. And then let's do Great White Throne. I will banish my Hey Dad. Go to deck for Joshua. And that was the card that I was sad that I threw away the officiators for. And then put down Joshua. Put down Terrified Chiefs. I think I'm going to.
Oh, I messed up big time last turn. Oh man. Anyways, continue.
Play Betrayal. Underdeck a good card from your hand.
You got it.
All right, so you got a Deceiver. You've got a Betrayer. Yeah, let's just do the Judas.
Okay.
And then we'll go to battle. Let's go with you.
You're good to go to battle.
Attack with Captain. Draw 3. Bantu. Joshua. I'll underdeck my shield.
Okay.
Exchange with Nehemiah. We'll go to territory. Protect me cards from evil cards. Exchange the territory for Joshua. We'll ban to Zerubbabel. And Zerubbabel's Temple trigger. I will top deck Feast of Booths from my reserve.
Okay.
And draw with Joshua. And that is all my stuff.
Let's see here. I got 11 cards in hand. All right, and yeah, 23 in deck. We'll do a block with Deceiver. We'll go to deck. I think I'll lose here, but we'll try it out anyways. I think I'm just gonna die. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna pick Barabbas.
Yep.
Sorry, I should have this guy in here. Let's see. Okay, so I get to go to a reserve. I don't think there's anything in my reserve that matters here. Yeah, let's just let's go to your reserve for fun.
Well, fortunately, I think my only option for you isn't all that great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's only one option. That's not even any enhancement. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. My initiative?
Yep.
Don't even play it. There's you have anything that matters? No, it's just gonna hurt me to play. So I'll pass and die. You got the other two?
Yeah, I just drew them both off of Captain.
Okay.
'Cause,
Nice. Good job.
uh,
The problem was I should have last turn I should use Teaching Parables to remove your SI card and then crumbled the two. I think did you only have one SI card?
well, the one that I grabbed was off of King of Edom, so I didn't have it in hand before you attacked.
No, I'm saying like teaching in battle to reserve it from your hand because I always forget I can use it in battle.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
you play that first,
and then I'll save Glory. Although you would have blocked. I was trying to do Glory Husham, but you have Nehemiah for that, so it didn't matter.
Right, yeah.
And that wouldn't have mattered. I needed some enhancements. I didn't get very far in my deck.
Yeah, I think yeah, it was either that play or like doing the teaching there. I think the other one would have been the other line, I guess, would have been Lost Child Found to bounce my Hey Dad. Or even King of Edom.
Yeah.
Either one of them, I think, would have been okay because you had the CBP enhancement.
Oh yeah.
And then that limits my reserve access because I can't grab with King of Edom then. And then if you take it with Promised Land. But then I still have Sheol, so you can't do the searches on spies as comfortably. But and Crowd's Choice, I suppose. Yeah.
That was fun. Yeah, I was actually going to play a different deck because I wanted to try something else, but I didn't have time to finish building. I was like, whatever. Let's go back.
I was kind of in the same position where there's another deck that I want to play, but I didn't quite have it ready, and I was also thinking like, I've been sticking with this deck for the whole Lackey Grand Prix. Like, I feel like I should do it justice and keep it going in Top Cut here. So.
Well, it was fun.
No, it looks like I probably have to do the same thing against Jay here. So.
Let me know if there's anything I can pray about for you, but I'll catch you later.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Jake.
Cool. See ya.
Bye.